Another great week for us. We scored 73 points and climbed up to 483,000 overall rank. Let's take a look at how the team performed. The defence was saved by the Arsenal assets as they kept Brighton at bay for their third consecutive win. And with O'Reilly missing out, Van Hecke came into the team. In midfield, Semenyo scored in their draw, while captaining Bruno paid off as he assisted Casemiro's goal and picked up maximum bonus points. Up front, João Pedro was the real saviour with his hat-trick against Villa. Meanwhile, Haaland returned to the squad but failed to convert two big chances. So overall, a great week. But now let's move on to the transfer plans for Game Week 30. With injuries in the squad and blank Game Week 31 coming up, we're keeping a close eye on the injury news and midweek fixtures. So, we're not going to rush our decisions and are currently leaning towards rolling the transfer this week. With the transfer decisions sorted, let's take a look at the squad ahead of the Game Week 30 deadline. In goal, it's David Raya, who kept a clean sheet after failing to do so in the previous 4 matches. Now he faces an Everton side that have scored just 16 away goals, with only 4 teams scoring fewer. Gabriel made it back-to-back returns after restricting Brighton to 0.82 XG last week and keeping a clean sheet. Now he faces an Everton team that have been doing well away from home, but Arsenal have still conceded the fewest goals at home this season. Nico O'Reilly was back in the squad in City's FA Cup win over Newcastle, so there's a chance he may be rested. We'll have to wait and see if he features in City's midweek UCL match. He now faces a West Ham side that have been doing well recently, failing to score in only one of their last 4 matches. Next up is Chris Richards. Palace have not been great overall this season, but he now faces a Leeds side that have managed to score only 15 away goals, with only 3 teams scoring fewer, so we're hopeful for a return. Our last defensive pick is Van Hecke, who despite conceding against Arsenal restricted them to just 0.47 XG, the third lowest of that game week. He now faces a Sunderland side who have failed to win their last 2 home matches, scoring just once. In midfield, Antoine Semenyo has made 3 returns in his last 4 matches, including a goal against Forest. He now faces a West Ham side who have been improving recently, but have still conceded 6 goals in their last 4 matches, so his form may continue. Dango Ouattara failed to return last week, but the positive is that he led Brentford players with 0.14 expected goals in that match. Now, he faces a Wolves side at home who come into the game with back-to-back wins, but they have still kept only 1 clean sheet in their last 4 matches. We really didn't want to play Morgan Rogers this week, but with Wilson's injury doubt, we're kind of forced to start him. Despite blanking in his last 4 matches, he still took 3 shots against Chelsea and could have had an assist, if not for a marginal offside. Up front, there's still doubt over whether Haaland will start against West Ham. So we'll have to wait and see if he features in the midweek Champions League match. Although he was quiet last week, he still managed to miss 2 big chances. He now faces a tough task against a relegation-battling West Ham side. João Pedro was the star of last week with a hat-trick and an assist against Villa. Now, he faces a Newcastle side who have failed to keep a clean sheet in their last 7 matches, conceding 16 goals in that time. Newcastle have also conceded 14 big chances in the last 4 matches, with only Spurs conceding more. Finally, it was a close call for the armband between João Pedro and Bruno Fernandes, but we're sticking with Bruno this week. He now faces a Villa side on a poor run with back-to-back defeats, conceding 6 goals in that time. Villa have also conceded the most big chances, with 7 in their last 2 matches. So Bruno could continue his great form this week. What about you? Who's your captain? And how is your team shaping up for Game Week 30? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for Game Week 30. If you're new here, hit subscribe for weekly FPL tips, join our mini-league linked below, and smash that like button. Don't forget to follow us on X and Instagram. We'll post our final team just before the deadline.